Hey everyone. The angle is not the best. Maybe right here. Not the best angle. You know what? I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I was trying to give y'all a view outside, but um, mm, yeah, y'all. You can't really see me that well. I'm definitely gonna put it on subscriber only because sometimes the chat just gets too jumpy. I'll do at least a minute. Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. Wanted to do it earlier than later. You can barely see me, but I swear the outside looks so pretty and I want y'all to see, but this thing keeps moving. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that. So I posted a meme recently, or just now, and I shared it on my Instagram, and I think I found it on Facebook. So I want to talk about it on here. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. Today's Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, December 3rd. 2024. It's 3:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I want to talk about the meme I posted on my community tab later. I swear I just told this thing later. Apple does not listen. I'm going to turn this phone off. I do not want to do the update right now, Apple. So yeah, the meme I posted was saying it over and over again. You have a right to talk about how they hurt you. I'm probably not saying it right because I can't see it in front of me. But you have a right to talk about how they hurt you. Or you have a right to talk about who hurt you. No one can tell you, oh, you don't talk about that. Don't tell them how I hurt you. And just like the meme said, you shouldn't have done it. If you didn't want someone to talk about how you hurt them, you shouldn't have hurt them. Even if you didn't mean to. But if you tried your best to apologize and make it right, then yeah, I understand how it might make you feel. But if you're not making any amends, you're not trying to make things right, you're just telling people to don't tell anybody I hurt you. Don't tell anyone my business. If you hurting someone, you hurting someone is their business. Once you hurt someone, it is their business. It's no longer your business to keep for yourself. You decided to treat someone in a wrongful way. They have a right to talk about it, whether you agree with it or not. So yeah, it says what I posted on my community tab. It says you're allowed to talk about what they did to you. You're allowed to talk about what they did to you over and over again. And at the very bottom, it says if they didn't want you talking about it, maybe they shouldn't have done it. And this was posted by Kim Marxio, and it's from Female Problem, some channel on, not channel, but it's a page on Facebook, I believe. But this is what it says. People in general who don't want to be accountable for their actions. They don't want you to talk about what they did to you. They want you to be quiet and take it. But no. And I think some people feel that they're going to keep you in victimhood and you're never going to talk about it. Or I think some people try to scare you into not talking about the hurts and the pain, or they feel like, oh, so much time has gone by. Are you still thinking about that? Are you still talking about that? But if you want to talk about how someone hurt you, it's okay to talk about it. You don't want to dwell on it, but you have a right to talk about it. Because dwelling on it can bring you into a very sad, dark place. So hold on, you all. I'm going to grab some water, and I think I will turn off the subscriber mode in a little bit. But let me go grab some water. Oh, I had it on mute still. My bad. I had it on mute by accident. Sorry about that. My hands are so dry. Hi, Donnie. So I'm just talking about how some people have the audacity to try to make you shut up, to talk about the hurts that you have, something that they did to you. People would like to say things like, why are you still stuck in the past and dwelling in the past? It is very important to heal and try to recover, but then no one has the right to tell you how to heal, when to heal, how long it's going to take, especially the abuser, the person who would hurt you. Um, you can get a healing plan, with a counselor or therapist, but your abusers are not allowed to tell you, Oh, why are you still thinking about that? Why are you talking about that? Why are you telling them that I hurt you? Again, if you didn't want someone to talk about what you did to them wrong, if you did something wrong to them, they have a right. I cannot stand victim blamers or people try to rush your healing. It's not your duty. And it comes from a lot of unhealed people. A lot of unhealed people love to tell you, get over it, or you still talking about it. Why are you still talking about it? I don't really associate with people like that. Those are like really insensitive people to me. And those are people who have their issues that they need to work out. So they're quick to tell you to get over it. Like, oh, that happened to me and I'm doing just fine. Why are you still thinking about that? Same EL8PO. Welcome back. Hey, thank you. I can't understand the other language somebody's talking. Donnie says, "What did they do to you?" It's a general question for those who have been hurt, those who have experienced trauma from by the hands of someone else. Um, any type of abusive behavior or distasteful behavior. And a lot of times when someone hurt you, you try to bring it to their attention, like, "Hey, you did this to me," and then they don't want to resolve it or to fix it. So then you talk to other people, or maybe you go to a public platform and talk about it. But it's not your right to tell someone how or when to talk about something just because your name is involved. Like, who are you? Again, if you didn't want someone to talk about the hurt that you caused them, you shouldn't have done it to them. So I support victims and survivors who want to, they want to spend their lifetime talking about something. That's your right. Yeah. Some talking about things can be very healing. And I think a lot of times, especially some of us who are raised in the older generation, we're taught to be quiet and don't talk about family secrets or get over it or no one needs to know. Living in secrecy can be very damaging to people. So I don't support that. A lot of abusers like to pressure you into being quiet, into secrecy, so you grow up not talking about things, and it's not normal. Normalize talking about pain. It can help your healing. So yeah, you say you have a narcissistic mother. I can relate to that. What does this say? Who is this? I am doing no contact almost 2 years. Sad, not really. Got a family. How have you? Had to cut mom and dad and siblings off. Okay, I can relate to that. Can you remind me, I can't see your picture, so please don't, I'm not trying to be offensive. Are you a man or a woman? Because I cannot see your profile. EL8 9 Po. Because there's Facebook groups for daughters of narcissistic moms. There's daughters of abusive mothers. I would highly recommend that you join one of those for support. And I'm sure there's one for like just children of narcissistic parents or mothers that's on Facebook. I'm only in the one for women, so just wondering. Red Fox says, is it okay to beat your kids? I don't think it's okay to beat your children. If you wouldn't beat your boss, Red Fox, if you wouldn't beat a potential customer, whoever, don't do your children. Treat children the way you would treat a business owner or someone you're trying to do business with or someone you're trying to impress. If you're not going around beating other adults, why is it okay to beat your children? Other adults misbehave all the time. Children are, their minds are growing. Talk to them. Show them by example. Hitting doesn't solve any problems. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care how you were raised or what worked for you. I don't care if you're a successful doctor, lawyer, politician, and you were beat and you're like, oh, I turned out fine. No, you're not fine. Okay? That's you ignoring what really happened to you. Oh, you're a man. Okay, so I was just saying, like, basically, if you're looking for any type of support with your journey of going no contact with your parents, because it could be very painful, I highly recommend you look up some support groups on Facebook. Look up maybe children of narcissistic parents or something like that, or men of narcissistic mothers, or men of narcissistic parents, or sons of narcissistic parents. I'm sure there's a group for that. I haven't looked for it because I'm a woman, so I didn't look for it. So I'm just saying it's good to have support and to know you're not alone, because there's a lot of people, there's a lot of children who are no contact with their parents. And I feel like society makes us feel kind of bad for doing that, for choosing the right thing. Society has groomed us to train us to believe that we need to give our parents grace for what they did to us, but our parents were not graceful towards us. They didn't understand that you're just a kid. Your brain is just growing. You don't understand. They treated us like children. I mean, like adults when we were children, and then when you grow up, they want to treat you like a child. It's kind of like backwards. But yeah, just saying if you need some more support. Tien says another professional victim. Here we go again. All right. Red Fox says stop typing, please. Who's typing? Oh yeah, I saw that. So we're not down for any victim blaming here. If I'm a professional complainer or victim, you're a professional troll. Go get some help. Anyone who tries to cry about you voicing your opinion on anything, they need help. Anyone who has a problem with a victim or survivor speaking up about something and trying to help others, they have a problem, y'all. So you just have to like just don't even engage, don't even argue with people. There's a lot of unhealed, unhealthy, sick people out here in the world. Thanks for your live. Going to bed, but good luck. God bless. Thank you. I didn't. It's 3:41 p.m. Eastern time, so I didn't think about your bedtime right now. Red Fox says, "Why are you mad at me typing?" Red Fox, as long as you're not violating any YouTube rules, you're fine to ask questions. You know, that was just a person saying that, but as long as you're being respectful, and I'm fine with you typing. Just follow the guidelines, you know what I'm saying? And if my live stream is boring or you guys don't like it, if I'm a victim, professional victim, whatever you guys want to call me, please find another live stream. I don't have any room for victim blamers, victim shamers, for abusers, for abuser supporters. I don't have time for it. So, I don't understand. Tech short, I have no clue what that says. So you might want to type that in English. Unfortunately, YouTube does not have a translate button on here. I really wish they did, though. I wish they had a translate button. I'm looking for something on here. Hold on. This is the heater, so if you can't hear me, I apologize. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something. I make videos and lives about survivors, trauma survivors, take sure, and just topics associated with that, toxic families and all that stuff. Two. Okay. I'm in Ohio. Hi, traveling Ada. Okay, I'm gonna read a little something to y'all. Okay, so it is on par with the theme that I'm talking about. You are allowed to talk about what they did to you. Okay. I found this article by Kaba .org.uk, and it says how to talk about your feelings. We'll read a little something, not too much. Text says it's 2:14 a.m. in India. Okay. So, I found this article. I'm going to read a little bit of it. I want everybody to know that it's okay to talk about your feelings. It's okay to talk about your hurts. That's what helps you heal. Holding it in does not help. It makes you want to explode. It makes you feel alone. It makes you feel ashamed and dirty, but you shouldn't, okay? I'm in Ohio, I said, traveling. How to talk about your feelings. Talking about your feelings can be difficult. Learn how to open up and express your feelings effectively with these tips. Bottling up emotions can prevent us from processing them and make them harder to handle. Hi, Nick. Namaste, traveling Ada. So bottling up emotions can prevent us from processing them and make them harder to handle. Being open up has been shown to be very beneficial to our health, reducing stress, strengthening our immune system, and reducing physical and emotional distress. Okay, so I'm reading the benefits of talking about your feelings, because some people seem to not want to talk about their feelings, and they want to like treat you bad because they don't know how to handle their feelings and they don't know how to talk about their feelings. But so many of us find it hard to talk about our feelings. In fact, over half of the UK say they put on a brave face to avoid talking about our feelings, according to a 2024 study. Oh, goodness. We might overthink the process, worry about being judged, or struggle to find the right language. There's no right or wrong way to go about sharing how you feel, though. You could speak to family and friends for support, or you may find it easier to open up to a professional counselor or coach. Maybe you have a colleague or a manager you can approach. Other sources of support may include religious or spiritual community teachers or academic supervisors. Let's see here. You guys, please keep the chat appropriate. The important thing is that you feel safe, and the important thing is that you feel safe and supported by the person you are opening up to. Tips to help you open up about your feelings. Number 1. Communicate in a way you're comfortable with. If you can't speak face to face, you could try talking on a video or phone call. Or maybe you prefer to write your feelings down in a letter, email, or online chat. Writing your feelings down provides a space to reflect on and shape what you want to say. Writing a letter to yourself or keeping a journal are great ways to explore your feelings. They can also help you articulate them when you're ready to share. Hi, Seneca. Number 2, find the right time and place. When you're ready to talk, find somewhere comfortable, relatively quiet, where you're unlikely to be disturbed or interrupted. Okay, so we're talking about how to express your feelings, how to share your feelings. These are tips. If you're planning to talk with a colleague, manager, or friend, consider telling them in advance that you want to have a personal and private conversation. They can then prepare to give you enough time and space. You may also want to discuss any concerns about confidentiality. Tell me about you, my love, whenever you get a time. I'm reading an article about how to share your feelings, because you have a right to talk about your feelings. You have a right to talk about how someone hurt you or how they affected you. So giving some tips for some people who may have a difficulty sharing their experience or their emotions. Number 3, practice what you want to say. What do you want to say? How much do you want to share? Try to not overthink it, but have a vague idea of what you want to cover. Give your plan some flexibility so that you can adapt to how the conversation naturally unfolds. It can be distressing if you have a rigid plan for the conversation and things don't go the way you want it. The trick is to balance knowing what you'd like to say and leaving room for the other person to speak. So when you're talking to somebody about their feeling, give them a chance to say what they have to say after you said something, okay? To help you prepare, you can make some brief notes or write points down in a journal. You don't have to share everything. You're in control of what you share. Opening phrases like I haven't felt my opening phrases like I haven't felt like myself lately or I've been struggling to cope lately may provide a starting point. Aim to use language and phrases that are comfortable and relevant to your experiences. Let me see how many of them are. I'm gonna read what they are, but I'm not gonna read detail about all of them. So number 4 says, be honest. It can help someone to understand what you're experiencing if you describe how your feelings are affecting how. Let me start over. It can help someone to understand what you're experiencing if you describe how your feelings are affecting your life and what actions they're prompting you to take. Number 5, explain how you feel. Hi, African American. The topic is about you have a right to talk about how they've hurt you. And I'm just giving some tips on how you can express your feelings to someone. Okay. An example is you can say, I find it hard to share what I feel, but I think it would be helpful. Number 6, suggest things that might help. It can be useful for both of you to share some examples of what you'd find helpful. This might be listening, or it could be something more practical. Like if you're talking to your manager, you could discuss potential changes to your job and responsibilities. Similarly, okay, I'm gonna go to the next one. So number 8 is cultivate openness without dependence. When you first talk about your emotions, it's easy to feel dependent on the people you share them with, especially if you only share your experiences with one person. The goal of disclosing your emotions is for you to manage your feelings so that you can better support yourself. That's very different from depending solely on others. Number 9, be kind to yourself, y'all. Whenever you feel uncomfortable, unsure, or guilty about sharing how you feel, ask yourself what you like to be loved. Ask yourself what you'd say to a loved one dealing with something similar. Apply the same kindness to yourself. Okay? So those are 9 tips. And this is the article that I read. If you ever want to check it out, I might come back live again to talk about another topic that I had in mind. Maybe I'll come live later to talk about it. But how's everybody doing today? I hope everyone feels expressing yourself. You should not bottle up your emotions. It is not healthy. So find a way to get out. Like the article says, write in your journal or write a letter or talk to the person if you feel comfortable, if it's possible, if it's a safe space. For those of you who are survivors of abuse, you were taught to be quiet and keep secrets and don't tell anybody. But that was just to protect the abusers. Okay. Again, you have a right to talk about how they hurt you. I don't care how long ago it happened. Don't let no one try to rush your healing or anything like that. Okay. Your healing is just what it is. Your healing. So you definitely can get some help and assistance with that. But don't let anybody pressure you or guilt you into stop talking about something that affected your life. There are some things that's so traumatic that you'll never forget about it. So how dare you tell me how to heal or how to feel or how to talk about it? Again, you shouldn't have done it. You know, but some people don't care about you, so of course they don't. They did it anyway. Not caring about the consequences. So the consequence of you hurting someone could be that they will talk about it, and you might not like what you want to hear. You might not like what you hear. Sean says you are gorgeous to me. I love. Oh, thank you, Seneca. I mean, Seneca said that, not Sean. Sean Hammer says, "Hey, sweetie, how was your day today?" Hi, Sean. It's going okay so far. Hamner, Sean Hamner. It's going okay so far. How about you? I feel like I'm hearing things. And that's an airplane. It's kind of cold outside, but I kind of like hearing the outside. Yes, I am Seneca, but we're not talking about that right now. But I'm not going to be on long right now. But like I said, I might come back live later because I have so many other topics I want to talk about. But yeah, today I want to talk about this. I'm telling y'all, I have so many things I can go live about. I can go live for so many topics. It's just so many things that I want to get out. And I don't always have a chance to make a video like I tell y'all. And I'm going to be cutting back on using like copywritten material on my channel. I'm probably going to be deleting some things or making some things private, and just focus more on original content, me going live and sharing shorts. Because even though I give permission, even though I put a disclaimer in the fair use warning I put on there, people have a right to say, hey, you're using my content, even if you're giving me credit for it, and then, I'll have to take it down. So I'm trying to cut back on using the material. So that's why it's important for me to have my own thoughts and to come on here and just go live and talk about topics without relying on other sources. I'm always going to be using articles, but as far as like using videos that is copywritten, I have to cut back on that. Sean says just got off drinking that beer, chilling. Okay. It's good to be home. Beer is just so... I'm not going to talk about it because you like beer, but I just could never get into it, beer. It's just so bitter and like, I just don't get it. But some people really love beer. Obviously, beer makes a lot of money a year, every day. Beer companies are very, very successful, very, very rich. But how's everybody doing? I mean, Sean told me he just got off work and he's drinking a beer. What is everybody else doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm a little bit tired. I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted to last night. I'm okay, Seneca. I have a blanket. I'm going to try again to get the right amount of sleep today because I didn't get it all last night. Y'all know how it is. We say we're going to go to bed and then we're not really in bed. We'll be scrolling or cleaning or whatever we're doing instead of going to sleep. Sleep is such a priority, but I feel like we put so much ahead of it when nothing is more important than sleep. Sleep helps with everything. Your sanity, immune system, everything, regulation. Yeah. Seneca needs to go outside. FNS says, hey, babe. Hi. Tree says, you are so beautiful, I promise you. Thank you so much. What's the question, FNS? What is the question? So far, I asked, do you talk about how they hurt you? 59% of you said yes, and 41% says no. So most people talk about how they hurt you, and they could be anyone. It could be your mother, your father, your brother, your neighbor, your teacher, your spouse. If someone is not comfortable you sharing your feelings to them about how they hurt you, then they're not a safe person, or they're not the person for you. Yeah. You have to be able to listen to others. I think a lot of times we want to see things from our point of view, but we're not seeing it from another person's point of view. Like empathy, put yourself in someone else's shoes and see if you did the same thing, if they did the same thing to you, how would you feel about it? Really think about that. But people like to make excuses like, oh, I did that because you made me mad. Take accountability. No one makes you do Yeah, the way people like to say that you made me upset, you made me hit you, you made me call you a B, you made me lose control. Like, you have to have self control. Take accountability. You did not know how to control your emotions, and it's not the other person's fault. When you once you control your emotions, like it's so important. Emotional regulation is so important. I feel like a lot of people need help with that, and I'm no expert in it. I got work to do. But when someone tells me I hurt them, I have to acknowledge their feelings and listen. You can't just be like, oh, why? Oh, why are you telling me that now? Or whatever. Or why did it mean to hurt you? Why are you making a big deal? You know? So this is what this live is about. And there are some people who came in being negative about some other negative things in the chat, but you have to ignore those kind of people. As long as the earth is spinning, there's gonna be negative people in any situation, unfortunately. And there's nothing you could do about it. Just don't associate with them. I'm in Ohio, Gulam. FNS says, who came up with women should not say age? I don't know, but FNS, I don't mind saying my age because I don't know. I think it's just an old thing that somebody came up with, but I feel like you should be proud of your age. Many people have not made it to your age. Some people died at birth. Some people died, in their toddler stage, their childhood stage, early adulthood. Not everyone makes it to an older age, so I don't have a problem with saying my age. Some women are, I think it's the more old school women who are like, don't ask a woman her age. I don't have a problem with asking how old someone is. I don't have a problem with sharing my age. You are the age that you are. Hiding your age is not going to make you live any longer. So Jerry says you are 30. No, I'm not 30, Jerry. How old do I look? How old do I look, Jerry? Jerry's life 63. I'm not 30 at all. I feel my age. I'm gonna have you guess, Jerry, before I tell you my age. Go ahead, Jerry. FNS says, thank you. Love your answer. Thank you. What made you ask that question? Are you 17, game over? No, I'm not 30. I'm actually 41 years old. I'm a 80s baby. Yeah, I'm 41. I can't believe I'm 41. Sometimes I'm like, oh my goodness, girl, you're 41. But every day when I look at in the mirror and I see my face, like I see me, but it's like I'm changing. I'm getting older. Um, Getting older is very humbling. Very humbling. Very humbling. And it just reminds me, I did some yoga earlier. I did some yoga. My leg has been bothering me on the right side. I have some pain. And I feel like it's been over a week. It's been over a week, probably going on 2 weeks. And I don't know what the issue is. I did some yoga hoping to stretch it out and feel better. I guess it's one of those things that takes time. I don't know. So that's one of the things about getting older. Like, getting older is beautiful. For some people, we get wiser. Some people don't get wiser. But I feel like I've been getting wiser, and the body is like low key, just like saying, I'm tired, and just take it easy, girl. So my goal is to do yoga every day, like at least twice a day. So in the morning time and then right before bed, I want to create a yoga routine to just relax my mind, relax my body, stretch it out. Yoga is so important. Do you guys like to yoga? Let me ask that in the chat. I'm gonna ask, do you do yoga? Game over said, hold on, where is that? Tommy Williams says, black don't crack. Shout out to Tommy Williams. Thank you. Game over says, I think you look 7. Nah, see, you pushing it, game over, but I appreciate it. FNS says, a lot of them be that way. Yep. Susie Gonzalez says, I wish no one would. Of course, Susie, no one should do that. African American says, you are a nature person. I am. I love nature. FNS says move that phone, can't see you. I'm right here. Let me see. I'm gonna end this poll and ask another one. Do you talk about how they hurt you? Ooh, my stomach. Ooh. Hold on 1 second. My apologies for that. Yes, the light. Usually it's not this I don't know. If I was outside, it would look so much better, the background. But let me get a little bit closer. Doesn't it look so nice out there? Um so the inside makes it have a bad angle. Let me see. Good morning. Hello, Sanjay. Walking is medicine from God. Yeah, walking is good. I should get some walking in today, but I did do some yoga, like I said. Oops, oops, oops. I keep moving this thing. FNS says, are you yeah, I am talking. Ryan Helly Wells is watching from Australia. Hi, Ryan. Australia. I can't do Australian accent, even though I try. I always end up sounding a little bit British, even though my British accent is not good. So if you're from the UK somewhere, no disrespect to you. Ryan already said okay. Says try. No, I cannot. Said it. Bingo. No, that's UK. I can't do it. I'm trying to sound like Bluey in his family. I just can't do it. I'm gonna practice how to do an Australian accent because I really want to get a little bit down. But I always go. Why is the UK and Australian accent so closely related? It's so related that it's hard for me to do it. FNS says no. Do you have it? No, no, I don't. FNS. Ryan says how how this sun here in the US. I'm not sure. I am not sure. So I said, do you talk about how they hurt you? And 54% of you said yes, and 45% of you said no. I hope you guys listen to some of the tips I gave on how to open up about your feelings. Don't let anyone silence you. You know, when you're on a healing journey, who knows how long it's going to take, especially if you've been through severe trauma, if you're dealing with complex PTSD, no one has the right to tell you how or when to heal. Your abusers are not allowed to tell you that you can't talk about something that they did to you. They shouldn't have done it. Period. Period. Okay. So I'm always going to spread that. I'm always going to spread that. When I saw that meme, I just loved it so much. And that message needs to be spread more. Too many people have raised to be quiet about things. and bottling all that. Like the way people are so abusive and negative to other people, you could show that they have not learned how to express their emotions properly. They have issues. So it's just not healthy to hold things in. It's not healthy. Get it out in a productive way, you know? Write about it. Journal or letters. Talk to a professional. Brightness is too high. I can't help it. It's not I don't have any type of like filter or anything like that. It's just how the outside looks. I can't help the way it looks right now. I try going this way. I just can't help it. No, I'm not FNS. Anytime I've looked, I've found bad things. I'm not looking anymore. I'm gonna just work on myself, and whatever happens, happens. I'm busy raising my children, so. Fatima Muhammad says, if you're misunderstood in silence, they don't listen when you explain. That's true. That is so true. Don't let anyone silence you. Um, Only abusers want you to be silenced. Healthy people want you to talk about it. They want you to get it out. They want a better understanding. They want to see what they can do to help, what they can do better. But toxic people want you to be quiet and like hurry up and heal. Hurry up and stop talking about it. I didn't hurt you that bad, or it wasn't that bad. No, you don't have a right to tell people that. You don't. Never, ever, ever, ever will you have a right to tell someone that. Um, just don't make any room in your life for abusive people, because they're gonna want to stay for a lifetime, and life is too short for that. Vanessa just say yes. You're so silly. I appreciate that, but and thank you for thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Is there a I have another poll. I'm gonna get off soon, but I might come back later. So, is there a time limit on healing? My answer is no, and the answer is no. Period. But I'm just curious to see what you guys are gonna say. FNS, I'm a good guy. Okay, good guys shouldn't say that they're good guys. They should just show it. Actions speak louder than words. Action speak louder than words. I forgot how the words go. Approaching minimum says, do you keep your children away from social media? As much as I can. As much as I can. FNS trying to holla. FNS says, well, I'm in North Carolina. Pull up. I'm not pulling up to nobody. A gentleman does everything. A woman shouldn't have to pull up to you. But anyway, we're not even talking about that. Is there a time limit? Good. So far, everybody says no, because there's not a time limit on healing. But abusive people, toxic people, unhealed people will want to tell you when to heal, how to heal, and all that stuff. But it can take a lifetime. As long as you're trying and you're going forward. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Mom life, so sometimes I do need to talk to my children. Thanks for being so patient with me. Uh, you heard me, or you can't hear you? You can find me on YouTube, FNS. I'm also on Instagram under the same name. John, I guess it is a vague question. You know what I'm saying? So how would you want to like answer that? If it's too vague, I mean, what's the better question then? What's the better question? And it's so hard to see me. I know, y'all. I wish I could fix it, but I want you guys to see the outside. But it's just so. I don't know why it looks like that. Maybe over here. Nah, still not good. Still not good. I can see some. Fatima says, if you were disrespected, how can you redeem yourself? If you were disrespected, well, just know that how someone treats you says more about them than it says about you. So don't make it feel bad. If they're disrespecting you, they are a disrespectful person. They need help. So your self-esteem should still be intact. You're still a good person. You should still feel good about yourself. Don't worry about their opinion or their treatment of you. It says more about them. They need to learn how to be respectful, okay? So I would say just know that you didn't deserve that treatment at all. Okay? Know that you're still valuable. Know that you still think you're a great person. You are a good person. So just love yourself. Continue to love yourself. Don't feel ashamed if someone is treating you badly. It's on them. Okay? And then, always, see if you can seek out a counselor or a therapist, a professional. If you're feeling bad or low about yourself, the way they disrespected you, seek some help. Because it can mess with your ego or your self-esteem a little bit. But know that they have a problem. They have a problem. And the more calm you are when someone's disrespecting you, the better it is. Because sometimes people treat you away because they want a reaction out of you. So they're going to be disrespectful. They want to see you crying. They want to see you yell and scream. Stay calm. And if you can't, walk away from the situation. You don't have to engage. You do not have to engage with disrespectful people. Okay? Show people how to treat you. If you sit there and take the disrespect, they're going to keep going. Emotional healing, John. Maybe I should have said that. Suk Winder says, show me your back. No, I'm not. We talking about psychiatric healing. Let me fix it. Maybe I should fix it because that's it. I mean, hopefully some people understand I'm not talking about physical healing, because physical healing, either way, healing, no. Honestly, healing is, whether it's physical or emotional, healing can take time. So, for example, say normally a broken leg takes 8 weeks to heal, right? Someone could take 20 weeks to heal. So you can't say, oh, well, you should be healed right now because normally a broken leg only takes this many weeks. And why are you taking so long? Hurry up and heal. That person might have some hereditary issues going on that make slowing down their healing process, their weight, their health, their mobility, the way they're healing, the way the stitches were put on, or there's so many factors on how healing can go. So you can't say, well, you should be done healing now. because this is expired. It's been years now. Why are you still thinking about that? Or why are you still crying about that? Or why are you still hurting about that? You can't tell someone how or when to heal. You can't. It may have went quick for you, or maybe you think you're over something, but they're not. Everybody is different. Everybody is different. So yeah, there's no time limit. There's standards time, there's ideal times of healing for certain things, but you can't say that. You don't know what someone has been through. You don't know how it affected them. Your brain may have been able to bounce back better. Maybe you had a better support system or different kind of help, or you just think differently. But you can't put how you react to something on someone else. You're not them. You're not in their shoes. You're not in their head. You're not in their brain. You know, healing is on an individual basis. Period. Paul says, "Hi, I'm Chinese too. Which part are you from?" I'm not Chinese, Paul. I'm not in China anywhere. Amber says, "From South Africa." Hi, Amber. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Fatima said, "I've been trying to move on for 2 months now," and it's okay, Fatima. It can be very hurtful. Your feelings are valid, Fatima. I highly recommend, Fatima, write a letter to the person that disrespected you. Write a letter to tell them how the experience made you feel, how you're feeling. Write a letter, Fatima, and never you don't have to give it to them. You could keep the letter, or you can rip it up, throw it away. You could burn it as a healing process. Write it out. Hey, Mr. John, the way you talked to me 2 months ago, I didn't like what you said to me. It really hurt me, and I don't appreciate you treat. You know what I mean? Write it out. Get it out, girl. Write it out. Let me grab a snack. Hold on. Okay. I'm snacking on some Trader Joe's version of Takis. I feel like I want some cream cheese. Okay, Fatima? Was that helpful? You think writing a letter or even writing in your journal about it would help? I think I want some sour cream to dip it in. Anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope everyone's having a good day. Do some self-care today. I did some yoga earlier. I'm going to do it again tonight. I'm going to just take care of all my self-care needs. But I'm definitely going to get some yoga in. I might even exercise, but I don't really like to exercise later in the day. I prefer to get it out of the way earlier, but it's never too late. So I have time to exercise. And I actually have on some workout pants. So it makes it easier to exercise. So I might do it. And I got my sports bra on, so I'm ready. I definitely should do some. I'm going to try to do some Grow With Joe. The reason why I didn't really want to exercise is because my leg is still kind of bothering me. So I might either do like a low impact exercise, or I'll do like just upper body. You know, they have chair exercises, but I kind of want to stretch my leg out. So it's not too terrible. It's actually getting better. That's what I love about the body, the healing. It's just, I have, you know, aches and pains sometimes, but I really appreciate my body for just healing and trying to keep me alive and healthy. We got to appreciate our body more, y'all. Shout out to our bodies. Our bodies have been through a lot of trauma, a lot of bumps, a lot of bruises. So take care of your body. Your body can only do so much. You have to help your body. Treat your body good. Don't just let anybody touch your body. Don't let just anybody into your body, on your body, around your body. Put good things into your body. Even though this is a little junk food, it's not too bad. There's really not too many artificial flavors in here. There's no dyes in here, at least. Anyway, it's okay to snack sometimes, but overall, we should be eating healthy. You know, I'm no doctor, but we should be, you know, drinking water. I got a bottle right now. We should be eating fruits and vegetables. I need to print out the food pyramid. It'll be helpful for me and my children. I'm going to try to get like a laminated copy of a food pyramid, or just a colored picture of a food pyramid, so I can have it on the fridge, and just keep in mind what you should not be consuming too much of. Like, it's okay to snack and have a little treat, but our treats, you know how that pyramid is? The food pyramid, on top is like oils and sweets. It's in very moderation. And then you get lower down to the fruits and the breads and the vegetables, what we should be having a lot of, and grains. So I'm going to have it there because I think it will encourage my children to listen to me when I say too much junk is not good. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but too much is not good. I mean, it's corny as it sounds, but you are what you eat. You really are. And I just feel so like bad when I eat foods that's not really supposed to be, you know, I shouldn't be eating. But there's nothing wrong with treating. Don't make yourself feel so guilty for treating yourself. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself once in a while. But eating unhealthy foods every single day constantly is not healthy if you want to live a long time. And I'm talking to myself, y'all, not just you. We got to do better, especially the older we get. Like, I'm 41 right now, and I want to live as long as possible. I want to see my children grow up. So I just got to do better. You know, you got to find the time for yourself every day. Self-care, exercise, mental health, diet. It all plays a role in our overall health. We got to take the time. But I feel like we get so caught up with life. We get so busy. And if you're a parent, you understand that, you know, being a mom is not easy, especially as a single mom. So, like, literally, sometimes I have to make a list of things I need to do for myself because I will forget to do certain things. Just being busy, you know? I'm trying to make sure that the children are good. But yeah. I gotta go check my to-do list to see what else I have to do for the rest of the day. Today is Wednesday. No, today's Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Are you guys snacking on anything? What's up? But I'm gonna get off now, y'all. No one's talking. No one has said anything since Fatima Muhammad, but I appreciate anyone who was in the live stream. I appreciate you if you came in earlier, in the middle, or the end. You're here right now. The topic was about no one has a right to tell you how to heal. You know, you have a right to talk about how they hurt you, whoever they are. It could be a family member, a stranger, a neighbor, a friend, whoever. You have a right to talk about it. Don't let anyone silence you for talking about a true experience that happened to you and how it affected you. All right. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this live. I will try to go live later. I'm not sure I will be able to. I got so much to do before bedtime. I need to be in bed on a good time. Sleep is so important for our mental health. So my goal is for us all to be in bed by 8:30. Will I actually fall asleep at 8:30? I don't know. But the goal is for all of us to be in bed by 8:30 for our mental health and just to give our bodies time to rest. Hi, Midday, Baggy. But yeah, I'm going to end the poll. Let me see how many people answered the second poll. This is my second poll for the day. So I asked, is there a time limit on healing? 50% of you said yes. 50% of you said no. And there's no time limit on healing. But I'm glad you guys answered the question. I'm doing well, Midday. Silent Prabhab. Hi. How are you? How are you doing? Thanks for joining my live stream. I'm just having a snack. It might be rude to some people, but I want to talk to y'all, and I'm snacking at the same time. But I'll be getting off soon. Thank you, Vanilla. I appreciate it. That's true, Manor. Yes, here. I agree with that one. 100% Mahor. Feeling betrayed is a very sad feeling, but you got to know that not everyone is like that. We just unfortunately were involved with people who were like that. So it's okay to give other people a chance and be open. Just follow the clues. Try not to repeat the same mistake. If you see red flags in someone, they talk to you rudely, they don't care about your feelings, they ignore you, you're making all the effort, they're hurting you in any way, those are the red flags. Anyone who makes you feel bad for just being you, you don't feel comfortable around them, you don't feel safe, then they're not your kind of person. So everyone is not toxic and abusive, okay? So be open to new people, just be cautious. Don't give any second chances. What's that saying? Fool me once, shame on me. No. Fool me once, I'm sorry. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Alfredo Macias says, karma is no joke. Yep, be very cautious. I give so many second chances, y'all, because I didn't know any better. I was trained and groomed to take abuse my whole life. And I'm not taking it anymore. I'm not. People literally hurt you, and they want you to be quiet. Like hurting you and expect you not to cry about it. What are you crying about? What do you have to cry about? You're hurting me. What are you talking about? Are you that sick in the head? Yeah, you are. You're very sick in the head. Narcissist. Yep, Alfredo. But we do have to let the anger go. You have a right to be angry. Whoever hurt you, you have a right to be angry. But you cannot live in the anger because it's gonna eat you up. You have a right to talk about it. That's how you heal. That's how you get it out in a healthy way, right? But having that anger and be so mad, I hate him, I hate her, like it destroys you. It's unhealthy to be so angry. Let's read up about anger, how anger affects your body. Let's read it up. Because I was angry for a long time, y'all. I had to heal, and I'm still healing. But I'm so proud of the woman that I am now. I am the woman who would have protected me as a child. Bombshells for that one. Boom. That's powerful. Powerful. How anger affects the body. Okay? Alfredo says they will. I already saw that. Alfredo says, yes, true. Let anger go, and then you will be healed. I'm about to pin that. Like Alfredo, there's things I'm still unhappy about. You know what I'm saying? But the anger, it's more so like I still feel there's some injustice, but I had to let the anger go because it was driving me into a bad place. All right. So I'm going to read about how anger affects the body according to AI overview. Alfredo says, me too, but can't do nothing about it. Yeah. What can you do? Like, it happened. It was the past, right? And you wish it wasn't like that. All right. I'm going to read this. Hold on. Snack is so good. It's a little bit spicy, a little bit of kick to it, you know? I think this is cayenne pepper. I'm not sure. All right. It's chili, duh. I forgot. Anger activates the body's fight or flight response, causing a surge of stress, hormones like adrenaline and cortisone, which can lead to physical effects like increased heart rate, blood pressure, muscle tension, sweating, rapid breathing, and a narrowed focus. Essentially preparing the body for immediate action. Listen to this, y'all. However, chronic anger can have more serious consequences like increased risk of heart disease. I don't want that. Digestive problem. Headaches. And impaired immune function due to the constant stress on the body's system. Key points about how anger impacts the body. Excuse me. Alfredo says there's 2 days in the week that you shouldn't worry. You know which ones? That's a good one. Oh my gosh. What is it, Alfredo? So key points about how anger impacts the body. Cardiovascular system, increased heart rate, blood pressure, and constriction of blood vessels, potentially putting strain on the heart and increasing risk of cardiovascular issues. We got to keep that in mind. Muscles, muscle tension, clenched fist, and tightened jaw due to the body preparing for physical action. Digestive system, disruption of digestion, leading to symptoms like stomach upset, nausea, and diarrhea. Brain function, narrowed focus, impaired decision making, and difficulty concentrating due to the heightened stress response. That's deep right there, man. Hormonal changes, release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol, which can have a long time negative effects on the body. Okay, so it's just not healthy. Anger is not healthy. So do our best to release it. Exercise. Talk to a professional, a mental health professional. Write in your journal. Write a letter to the person that hurt you. Okay? Read self-help books. All right? Reading is very important. Reading is very important. You get new information, and it can be a little distraction sometimes. It's very relaxing. Drink water, get sleep, and And those are like some of the things you could do to help. You know what I'm saying? Yes, Alfredo. Yesterday and tomorrow. I'm in Ohio, Redra. Go and get some. I got it from Trader Joe's, FNS. I got it from Trader Joe's. They're like $4 a bag. Let me show you guys what I'm eating. Hold on. A picture of the bag. My daughter put me onto these. All right. This is what I'm eating, everybody. These. Okay. It is Trader Joe's chili and lime flavored. It's rolled corn tortilla chips, chili and lime flavored. That's what I'm eating. If you guys want to check it out. Alfredo says, I'm in LA where the grass is green. Is it really? Is it really, Alfredo? Alfredo, I really love Alfredo sauce. Your name got me thinking about Alfredo sauce. And just fettuccine Alfredo. FNS, what do you have to add to the topic? Huh? Are you gonna add something to the topic? Compton, California. That's really cool. They call me Freddie, like the movie. They call you Freddie. That's funny. Freddie. Did they ever call you Al or Doe? Or they ever call you Frey? Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. I got it. Okay. I need to clean my fingers off. But I hope you guys, I don't know what time it is where you are, but California, I'm sure you guys, that's like what time over there right now? 1 o'clock? Something like that. Wherever you are, if you're in the morning, afternoon, evening, or night, I hope you're having a good moment. Alfredo says, sometimes Freddie Jackson. Mike Will. Yo, what it do? Hi, Mike Will. Mike Will made it. Is that why your name is like that? FNS trying hollow. Mike Will made it. Oh, it's 1:43. Okay, see? All right, Mike Will says 3:43 p.m. in New Orleans. LOL. Yep. Okay. Yeah, it is 4:44 p.m. right now where I am. But I'm gonna come off, y'all. But I really appreciate you guys hanging it with me. I'll try to have a maybe more lively live the next time I go live. Like I said, I don't always want every live to be about a serious topic. You know, it could be heavy. Sometimes we talk about things that is more uplifting, but talking about the real stuff, that's just reality. Some people don't want to hear it sometimes. But there's nothing wrong with talking about your feelings and how things have affected you and your thoughts on things. Like I said, uh, you have a right to talk about who hurt you or how things have hurt you. Okay, it's very healthy to talk about it. Don't don't hurt anyone because you're mad about it. Use your words. It's very important to you. A lot of people don't. A lot of people. I grew up with people who didn't know how to use their words. They were very physical or very loud, very nasty with the words. I don't respond well to people who want to talk crazy. Like we can't continue on. If there's no emergency going on, there's no really need to yell at people. There's no need to raise your voice just because you're upset. Okay? Emotional regulation is extremely important for adults, for children. And for adults, we got to teach children how to react to things, right? If we're going crazy, yelling and screaming all the time, how do you think your child's going to react to things? If you want a calm child, you need to be a calm parent. I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to everyone. If you want a calm employee, you got to be a calm boss. You feel me? People like to tell you how you should act, what you should do, but they're not practicing what they're preaching. I cannot stand hypocrites. Have I been hypocritical in some parts of my life? Yes, I have been, but I try to like really mean what I say and do the right thing. Do the right thing. Treat people the way you would like to be treated. If you're an adult, treat children how you wanted to be treated as a child. Don't treat children how you were treated as a child. Treat children how you wanted to be treated as a child. You know, treat your employees how you wanted to be treated as an employee at another place. Like everyone has been through something. Everyone has a lot of people have some type of trauma. But we can't let our trauma hurt other people. It's not right. It's not fair. We have to check ourselves like, oh, okay, I guess I'm mad about this. But that doesn't give me right to scream and hit someone physically or lie or do any type of violent, have any type of violent language or behaviors. You have to control yourself. Self-control is extremely important. We have to live and we have to learn. Alfredo says, I'm uplifting. Have a good one, Alfredo. Words matter, remember that. John B says, if a mother's mouth dirty, the child's mouth going to be the same. Yep. And their father too. Whoever they're around. Alfredo says, you are a reflection to your employees. Mike Will says, emotional. Yep. Emotional regulation, that's deep. I like that. For real. It's crazy how when I was growing up, y'all, the grown-ups I grew up with, rah, rah, monster. But they want you to be quiet and meek when they talk to you, and they want you to be so quiet, but they get to be crazy. When they get mad, they get to go crazy on you. How could you do that? Why did you spill that milk? Why did you spill that milk? Clean it up. And then you pass it down to your children. So the parents who talk to children like that, like I was raised by a baby boomer. They're not American, but anyways, I was raised by a baby boomer, and I'm a millennial, right? And it was just like no proper talking. I'm sure there's some baby boomers who were healthy parents, maybe. But from my experience, I didn't have a good experience. But anyway, parents in general, we can't expect our children to be so calm and smart and mature in their responses when you're not smart and mature in your responses. If you're behaving childless to your children, they're going to be childish too. How we put on too many heavy roles onto children. In some instances, we're treating them too grown up. We're making them have way more responsibility than they need to have, right? And not understanding that they're a child. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like once someone becomes pregnant, everyone should automatically have to go to parenting classes, no matter if you're rich or poor. I just feel like it should be a requirement. So many lives could be saved. So many homes could be better if parents were taught better how to parent. Not many people are going to volunteer to go to parenting classes. And yeah, it's just really healthy to be calm, to not take out things on people that didn't deserve it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when someone's mad at you, they're yelling at you. They're not even yelling at you. They're yelling at whoever hurt them before. And they don't have a right to treat you like that. They need to go and heal. So if someone upsets you, just talk about it in a calm way. You don't need to take out every bad experience you've had with people onto them. Address their issue, their problem. So if that makes any sense to y'all, I hope it does. I'm about to come off now, you all. But Sanjay Gupa, hi. Sanayatin, I don't know what that means. Something red flag. Timothy says super. Vous allez bien? Are you saying am I doing? I forgot what that means. Can you translate that? Vos allez. I'm so bad on. I know bien means good. And I think you're saying you good. Are you saying you doing good? Allez, I think means doing, right? So I think Timothy, are you asking me if I'm doing good? Oh my goodness. If I translated that properly, I'm gonna be so proud of myself. I want to learn French so bad, but I just don't take the time. I was studying it really well early last year, and then I took a long break. But I want to get back into it. I want to learn Spanish too. Honestly, I wish I spoke multiple languages. Shout out to anybody who is bilingual or trilingual, whatever, speak multiple languages. I think that's really cool. I admire that. I do. I wish I took language learning more seriously. I wish I was afforded better opportunities to learn languages better. But it is what it is. It's never too late, right? Even if it's harder to learn things when you get older, but practice. I just recently learned that saying practice makes perfect is toxic. Did you guys know that? But there's nothing perfect, so I think that is kind of toxic. Nothing is perfect, so to say practice makes perfect is toxic. I get it now. Practice makes you better. I think that's better. I'm gonna start saying that. Practice makes you better, or practice helps you improve. I like that. Honestly, when I've been saying practice makes perfect with my son, I've been saying it less and less because I really think about it. Like, nothing is perfect. I will tell him and tell my daughter nothing is perfect. But here I am also telling them that practice makes perfect. Nothing is perfect. Just do the best you can. Do the best to your best of your ability. Alfredo says, I'll teach you French, babe. And Espanol too. Hi, Prabhu. I'll start in Spanish. Me gusta mucho amor. Something a lot, my love. Hold on. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. I'm about to translate that. Hold on. It's such a simple phrase that you said, but I just feel like I'm not gonna say it right. Hold on. Me gusta or mucho amor. Okay, that's what I thought it said, but I don't want to say. Okay, so yeah, I like you a lot. I like it a lot, love. Oh, okay. So I like it a lot, love. Okay. It has many meanings. Okay. So is Spanish your main language, Alfredo? Prabhu says, do you want to speak Bahasas? I can't teach you. That's fine. You don't have to teach me. I wasn't really interested. I don't even know what language that is, to be honest. A lily you a lot. Love, yes. Alfredo, what's your main language that you speak? Anyway, I'm gonna come off live now, y'all. It's getting later. I'm gonna spend time with my children and get some stuff done. Hi, Billy Ray Valentine. I was just about to get off. What's going on? Oh, Espanol. Okay. Espanol. Let me tell you the only Spanish stuff I know how to say, y'all. The ones I can remember. Hold on. Dios te bendiga. Mi nombre es Z. What else can I say in Spanish? I can't think of anything right now, but my Spanish is so little, y'all. It's just one of those things you want to learn, but you don't practice enough. It's a lot of things I need to practice. A lot of things. Different exercises, different habits. Practice makes you better. Billy Ray says, drop me some knowledge. You drop some in the chat for me, Billy Ray. Drop some in the chat for me. Okay, I'm on those. You know what, Alfredo, you going too? I don't know what any of that says. I'll try to practice another time. All right, y'all, I gotta come off lives, but I will try to go live later or tomorrow. All right, but thank you for joining in. Please watch the replay if you came in late. I appreciate your support. I'm actually yeah, just trying to get my nights in order so I can make sure I get to bed on time. I am tired. I'm extra tired today. All right, please. All right, y'all, I'm coming off. If you came into the live in the beginning, the middle, or the end, I really appreciate your support. I will see you next live, okay? Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Can you see how tired I am?